Bum, 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 bum. Hello everyone and welcome back to the Nom Nom Rose. This is our final Passive Mobs episode of the Let's Talk About series. Starting next time we will be talking about utility mobs, then neutral, and finally hostile. Then we'll be moving on to other things. However, we're having one last episode to discuss villagers. Now the reason the villagers were not added to my little line here of most to least useful is because villagers can kind of go anywhere, really, depending on what trade you get. So, at this point, everyone probably knows all about the villagers because you've probably all watched the big names. There's been a very recent spike in interest in the villagers due to 1.4 update stuff involving them getting smarter, basically. Not to mention the fact that the whole trading system in 1.3, or was it 1.2? 1.3, definitely, right? Right? I don't remember. Pfft, the updates are running together. I think it was 1.3. So we'll start with this guy. I've already traded with him a few times. This is a good trade, obviously. You've seen that trade a lot. Yoink. Does he love me? I don't have particles on. Oh, he does love me. I'll take some glass, thank you. Blacksmith? I'm just kind of trying to show you what they will offer you potentially. Lots of pickaxes. Give him a second. The librarian obviously offers you books, paper, that sort of thing. Glass. Not sure about the logic behind that one. But, yeah. It'll ask it. Well, actually, it isn't it. I suppose they're probably asexual. Librarians will ask you for books and paper and that sort of thing a lot. Blacksmiths tend to offer you tools and armor and ask for, well, resources and that sort of thing. Sometimes. Sometimes they're totally useless. Wait. Do you love me yet? You hate me. Priests are the ones who give you enchantments, glowstone, fire aspect, apparently, Shalah. Shalah. This is actually a pretty good trade. Sharpness 2, fire aspect 1. If you have a crap ton of emeralds from other trades and you have a diamond sword, it's a pretty good one to get. Although, with how easy it is to level up nowadays in Minecraft, honestly, it's not worth it to buy an enchantment that you could get more easily. Farmers give you food and stuff, of course. This is a terrible trade. Never take this trade. Look at that. Get diddly squat. You could get 10 flint from 10 gravel with just a bit of grinding. So I don't see what the point of that one is. Fish. Didn't expect that one, but yeah, farmers give you food, and that's kind of the reason why these guys can be so useful, because if you're starving to death and all you have is emeralds, you could totally get a crap ton of food. That was sarcasm. It's kind of a dumb trade. But I didn't mean to hit you, I'm sorry, I'm just kidding, I hate him. Oh, I should probably trade with this guy. These guys are kind of the most useless. They only really offer you food or leather. 'Cause that's so useful, right? Do you love me? You don't love me. Do you love me now? You still don't love me. So yeah, in order of overall usefulness, I would say if you're trying to get emeralds, librarian, farmer, they're your friends. Librarian is overall the best probably, but farmers come in a close second. If you're trying to get other stuff and spend your emeralds, priest or blacksmith all the way. Sometimes they'll offer you diamond crap. And these guys will offer you, ender eyes and stuff that are just a pain to get yourself. These guys are the most useful because all they really offer you is food you can get easily yourself, or they ask for food that you could easily get yourself and keep. And finally, there's these guys. They don't spawn. Standard villager, green outfit. You can't get them in normal Minecraft. They've kind of been replaced by farmers. Because nowadays when people think villager, they tend to think of the farmer. The other ones are just kind of a side effect. So yeah, that's the basis of trading. You just get a crap ton of materials together. Hope you have enough. I have leather pants on. What the heck? Right. Anyway. So yeah. And that is why villagers are not in the list. I mean, if you get a good trade from a librarian or a farmer and you get a crap ton of emeralds out of it, that's not necessary to survival, but it's still a really good deal. And that puts them technically up there with cows and whatnot. And these guys will sometimes offer you food. Same with farmers and occasionally the other ones. Not really food, but whatever. They offer you useful objects. Put it like that. So, overall, I would say that at least cows, pigs, and chickens are all more useful than these guys because they give food. But if you're well established and you want resources and whatever, the villagers can be very useful. On the other hand, they also offer terrible deals. Who was it? This guy? Yeah, this guy. 5 diamonds for an emerald. That's a terrible deal. Even if you're living in large biomes where the nearest extreme hills biome is 5 billion miles away, walk. It's worth it. Use the diamonds for something like a helmet. Emeralds are too useless to waste time on at this point. So yeah, that covers villagers. Villager spawning, brief discussion. Villager spawning has confused a lot of people, but it's really not that bad. Basically, the game looks at a door, right? It checks in front of the door, which would be here, and it checks behind the door. 5 blocks. 2, 3, 4, 5. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, I don't think it checks that far ahead of the door. All you have to do is have at least 1 block in front of the door of direct sunlight, and then it will register this as an official testificate door, basically. Then it checks 5 blocks behind, although you don't necessarily need that many, and it basically registers it as a house. I think that the 5 blocks can be in any direction, so it could be like this, and it would work, at least as far as I know. So, yeah. It is kind of confusing, not gonna lie. Everyone is confused by it to some extent or another. But it's not that bad. Safety. I mean, once you build a couple of houses, you start getting the hang of it. A trick that a lot of Let's Players use, notably B00, just throwing his name out there because I can. No, just kidding. Crap, this is not what I want to do. Start over a bit. One thing you can do is make something like this, where you just have a cramped little place and it's, you know, fully walled off and whatnot. Obviously, these look hideous. So if you're going for looks, you're not going to want to build a whole lot of these. Well, I guess actually, it doesn't look terrible, really. I mean, it does look terrible, but if you were going for like a sparse little community, you could make something like this. But this will spawn lots of villager babbies. Make a couple dozen of those, and you have overpopulation problems. So yeah, we will be talking about iron golems in the next episode when we discuss utility mobs. So, yeah, that's something to look forward to. The reason I bring that up is because they're connected to the testificates, and we'll be discussing how next episode. Shocker! So anyway, this has been yet another Nom Nom Bros episode, the final episode of the passive mobs, I might add. If you enjoyed, leave a like, comment, subscribe, whatever. Just let me know that you enjoyed it. And this has been Zach of the Nom Nom Bros, signing off.